Good evening, West Milford. We are here for another edition of Highlander Highlights to welcome everyone back to the 2025-2026 school year. My name is Dan Novak. I'm the Assistant Superintendent of the West Milford Schools, and I'm here today with Dr. Brian Kitchin, who just completed his first year as the West Milford Superintendent of Schools, and he's going to reflect a little bit on his first year, and then we're going to go into some highlights for the new school year.
Thank you, Dan. Yes, I am Dr. Kitchin. I'm your superintendent here in West Milford. I can't believe a year has flown by already. It just happened so fast. But I will tell you that I couldn't be prouder than I am of being a part of this amazing district. One thing I learned very quickly in West Milford is that hometown pride runs deep. I think that goes community-wide, but I think the schools are at the center of that. And a lot of really exciting and amazing things happened throughout this past year. Loved being a part of it. Really got a chance to work very closely with Mr. Novak, along with our other administrators and some of our teaching staff members. And, now I'm looking forward to stepping into year two, where I have my feet firmly planted on the ground and have a better feel for the, strengths of the district and the areas of focus. But before we step into year two, I do want to offer my congratulations to our graduating class of 2025. They will forever be that class that was the first one that I got to see walk through our halls. And I was fortunate enough to get to know our valedictorian, Megan Seidner, very well, because she was also our board representative from the students. So I want to congratulate her, and also Zoe Fuchs, our salutatorian. Excited for year two. Really excited for welcoming our staff back. It gets a little lonely around here over the summer as we're trying to get through these projects. And as we get into September or closer to September, you start to get a feel for what we're doing all this for. So on September 2nd, we were able to welcome our staff back. That started out with an amazing keynote speech from keynote speaker Brian Williams. And I know, Mr. Novak, you and I the thing we were most excited about him was the wraparound support that we're looking to set up throughout the year, because a lot of our keynotes, they come deliver that keynote and then that's it, which is great. We've had a lot of good keynotes over the years, but I think having one that also circles back and meets with the students to help establish some culture in our buildings is something we're excited about. So that was really great. But in addition to the keynote speech, we spent September 2nd and 3rd working with our staff on a variety of PD topics. I know there's a couple things there that you were hoping to highlight. Yeah,
we had a great professional development day. We highlighted a few new things at the Macapin School. We launched a new version of our iReady program at Macapin called iReady Pro. It's a new product for the middle school student that we think will get better engagement for our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. We also introduced a new math program at Macapin. It's called Amplify, and you're going to hear a lot more about that as the school year gets going from not only Dr. Matlos, but also Dr. Belzer, our STEM supervisor in the school district. We had a great session where our kindergarten through 2nd grade teachers, reading specialists, encore teachers met with iReady to talk about universal screeners. We recently won a grant to support an initiative to bring more succinct training and usage of our iReady tool, not only for practice and working on standards, but to also help identify students at a very early age of some potential literacy issues. Last thing to highlight is the high school collaboration for everyone involved in our new Highlander Pathways program. I'll talk about that a little bit more later when we talk about some curriculum highlights. But a lot of excitement, a lot of energy to start the school year.
Yeah, that's great. And you're talking a lot about new programs. Let's also talk a little bit about new staff. So one of the biggest tasks we have as administrators during the summer is backfilling retirements and resignations and things of that nature. So we've been working really diligently as an administrative team in hiring new staff members for all of our positions of need. Our new staff didn't just participate in that staff welcome back on the 2nd and 3rd. Obviously, they were also there, but they spent some time last week on the 27th and 28th of August going through some new staff training. Mr. Novak, I know you and I had the opportunity to work with our staff on a few of those topics, as well as some of our other administrative staff. Our WMEA also helped to work with them as well. So really excited to welcome our new staff into the district. But I should also highlight a couple of those new staff members. So we do have some new members of our administrative team. So we have, we're welcoming in Dr. Schwartz into central office, previously our Aptua principal. She is now stepping into our Director of Special Services role. She has hired Mrs. Maura Douglas, who is going to be our Supervisor of Special Services. And then one that we had more community support for was the hiring of 2 new principals. So our Upper Greenwood Lake School and our Aptua Elementary School both are welcoming in new principals. Upper Greenwood Lake welcomes in Mr. Jay Alloy, and Aptua welcomes in Ms. Leah Sinisi. Both of them come with a lot to offer. They went through an unbelievably rigorous process to get down to there. So we started with about 45 or so applicants that we screened in the first round and received a first round interview, welcomed back about 15 of those individuals for a second round panel interview where we involved community members, we involved our administrative team, we involved parents and staff, and then a final round interview with a smaller number, and they got through a really tough process to get to where they are. So I feel really, really confident in what they bring to the table, and I think this summer has really showcased that because they've done an amazing job of integrating into our district. Really excited for what they have to offer. A couple other things that I want to highlight is also one specific policy change that is going into effect as we start a new school year, and that is policy 5516, our use of electronic communication devices. So that refers specifically to cell phones. Not a huge change at the elementary level or even Macoupin in terms of how it functions, but a little bit of a change at the high school level where we are looking to make a shift towards going a little more cell phone free in certain academic spaces, and there's a lot of support and a lot of data that goes along with that. And tied to that, I want to highlight that there is a book every summer. This predates me, but every summer our administrative team is introduced with a new book and does a book study throughout the year. This year's book is a book called The Anxious Generation. And Mr. Novak, if you want to talk a little more about why this was the book we selected, I think it kind of ties really right into what we're trying to do with that policy change.
With the initiative and the changes in the policy across the board, but as you said, most impact will have is at the high school level. That this was a book that we've been looking at and we've been, I guess, exposed to in the last year or two with recommendations and the research that comes from this book. If you attended last year's digital citizenship night at the high school, I used a lot of the research from this book to talk about the impact of cell phone use and how the world really wasn't ready for, putting this type of device in the hands of our youth at such a young age. So our policy has been updated and adjusted like so many other school districts have done in our area and throughout the state and beyond. So this book was a great opportunity for us to share it with our administrators, and I think now we're offering it we're going to be offering it to our community. We're going to be working on 2 community-wide book studies this year for families and board members, staff. It's really going to be an open invitation to people who want to participate in a book club, so to speak. The one book is going to be called The Anxious Generation, and the other book is called Flooded. Both books have a strong connection to the social emotional well-being of our students, regardless of their age, and our staff, and will connect to how we expect a better academic outcome from addressing some of the concerns in these books.
It's great. And look, the data is there, the research is there, and the reality is we're trying to create the most productive learning environment for our students. This book really highlights a lot of the concerns of a phone-based childhood and some of the impacts that it can have academically. And so we're excited. We don't always share out with the community what book the administrative team is reading together, but in this case we just felt like it was such relevant information for everybody to have that we wanted to kind of open it up to a community-wide book study. So strongly encourage people to read the book. There is an audio book if that's the way you prefer to consume your books, but looking forward to kind of having that conversation across the community. So back to that policy. So the policy has been changed. Basically, the biggest difference at the high school is going to be that During those academic spaces, we will have a space where students can surrender the cell phone to basically one of those pocket charts that can sit in front of the room. Now, if a student has a cell phone off and put away properly, it doesn't need to be put into that chart, but cell phones are not allowed to be out during academic time, and if they go off or they're out during academic time, we are going to ask that they put them into that space. It's kind of similar to what's already happening at Macoupin. So obviously, as our students transition from Macoupin to the high school, they'll be sort of used to that being the process. But we think it's going to be successful in trying to limit the distractions as we're trying to go through our academic day. Related to policies, our policies are all available on our board website. But this year, a few months back, we did shift to board docs for all things related to our board meetings and so on. Makes things a little easier to navigate, makes our meetings easier to navigate, makes information easier to find. But our policies also filter through there. And for the first time in the past couple months, we've shifted to our policies being keyword searchable on the website, which I think makes all of our policies more accessible and easier for people to find and to follow. But speaking of things being available on the website, I know we've are in the process of transitioning or have just transitioned to a new website. Mr. Novak, you want to talk a little more about that?
Yeah, so if you've been in West Milford for a number of years and involved, you will be aware that we have had quite a few different new websites. So this is the new website. We talk about it often. Our web host changed to a company called Aptigee. We are currently in that transition mode of making sure that we brought over everything from our existing website that we liked, and then adding new things to the website. One thing that our families can expect to see in the coming weeks is the addition of a strong academic tab, and that's something that the West Milford website has never had, is a tab dedicated specifically to academics. We are, for the first time, going to be putting all of our curriculum online and easily accessible by the community, rather than having to call and ask for a very large PDF document. You'll be able to click on this academics link and then search for the course that you want to take a look at. In addition to adding curriculum, the academics tab is also going to have a page dedicated explicitly to middle school and high school courses. And to point out one in particular is the Highlander Pathways. So the Highlander Pathways was a new process that we are launching this year at the high school, where students applied and were accepted to a mini academy type structure that focuses on things like broadcasting and journalism, computer science, teaching as a profession, and then also digital art and graphics. And from a parent survey, we know that in the 26-27 school year, we're going to be offering a business pathway. So that's just a few things to look out for when we launch that academic tab on our website. Along with the new website comes a new communication structure called ThrillShare, and that is going to be a similar tool like we've used with School Messenger. So families are familiar with receiving messages, text, email, phone call through School Messenger from our administrators around the district. ThrillShare allows us to take it up a notch, and now not only you're going to get those School Messenger messages still coming in, but you're going to also receive a digital multimedia social media source with ThrillShare that's going to post some of the great things that we do in a more visually enticing way. So there'll be organized Instagram, Twitter, Facebook posts that connect to the things that we're doing, so that we have this very positive digital presence to bring awareness to a lot of the great things that we do that often don't get celebrated in a way that they could.
And a live feed on our website as well, so that some of those things will just show up on not only our district page, but maybe our individual building pages. So I think that's really exciting that we've got just an easier way to access our community in terms of how we push out information.
Yep.
Now, Mr. Novak, we talked about this being similar to School Messenger in some ways, but I know this year we're looking to maintain School Messenger for a couple of reasons. You want to talk about that a little bit, about why we're going to kind of have both?
Yeah, so we're going to have a redundant structure with the School Messenger piece, delivering messages in the way that we have. School Messenger allows us to match up lists of students, lists of families based on what's in our student information system. So it's easy for us to pull a list for a bus route, or to pull a list for students who participate in a particular club, or to just grab a particular grade level from across the district. ThrillShare at this time doesn't offer that level of customized list. So ThrillShare will be used for the broad publicity of the great things that we're doing, and snow closings, delayed openings, that sort of thing. And the school messenger will be used in the same capacity it's been used for the last 10 years.
Great. So a couple of things that I want to also update us on as far as facilities. We've had some significant changes this summer. One of the things that we're really excited about is a brand-new playground that has just gone up at Greenwood Lake School. So we're very excited about the addition of that playground, and
which was the work of not only the PTA and the staff and the community, but there was also some very generous donations that were received by the PTA. They've been running, like all of our PTAs and PTOs, parent organizations, they've been fundraising for the things that our kids need, and this was another one of those success stories.
So to talk a little bit more about that, we're going to throw things to Jay Alloy, our new Upper Greenwood Lake principal.
Hello, and greetings from UGL. It's your new principal, Mr. Alloy. I wanted to start our tour off inside the school so I could showcase some of the amazing work that our dream team of custodians has done. UGL School has a brand new, fresh look paint job that they did and worked on this summer with unbelievable effort and energy. It looks amazing, and we're ready for the start of the school year. Before we head outside, if you listen closely, you can hear teachers at UGL getting their classrooms ready. They're in, freshening up, tidying up, and getting ready to welcome our kids on Thursday of next week, and we can't be more excited. To give you a little background on me, my name is Jay Alloy. I am the principal of UGL. I have been a teacher, a vice principal, and a principal, and been in New Jersey public schools for over 24 years. I can't be more excited to be at UGL School. Everybody here has been unbelievably warm and welcoming, and I think we're going to have an awesome year. The reason we're taking a walk outside is to take a look at the crown jewel of UGL School. Our playground has broken ground, and in 2 short days has made an unbelievable amount of progress. As I try not to fall down these stairs, I want to give you a quick tour of what's going on and how excited we are to have it. So UGL's new playground, 2 days in, looks like it has made tremendous progress. We are going to have it completed by this week and are hopefully on track to have our ribbon cutting ceremony at the start of the school year. Thank you so much for the warm welcoming. Thank you so much for everybody for making me feel at home. And I'm going to send it back to everybody down the mountain. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Alloy, for your very animated and exciting description of what's going on up at Upper Greenwood Lake. And welcome to the community, and welcome to West Milford Public Schools. We still have a few other exciting facilities, types of initiatives to talk about. One in particular is the collaboration with the township for the eventual turf field that'll be added at the Dygos field. And I know, Dr. Kitchin, you've been very involved in the discussions with the township and the mayor and the Board of Ed. So if you wanted to elaborate on that project.
So we've been having meetings for quite some time now, and I know that these meetings predate me considerably, but I'm really excited to be a part of the seeing these plans kind of come to fruition as we go through and go through the planning process. So we've worked very closely with the town and the representatives from Field Turf, and we've kind of come up with a plan of exactly what that field should look like in terms of what the product is that we're looking for, the lights that we're looking to put in, what type of lines do we want to put it on for different uses. So we've gone a long way through this process, and because we are trying to be as collaborative as possible with the town, while this obviously is an item that shows up in the district budget, the reality is this is something that the township is funding So we're going to receive the money from the township to pay for the project because it is on school property, but it's something that we really anticipate being great, not just for our students here in West Milford, but for the community as a whole, as we're able to add a significantly more field space that is on turf and has the ability to, support so many of our programs across the town. So that's really great. And then another project that we've been working on throughout the summer here, doesn't date back quite as far as the turf project, but just other things in preparing for the school year. So Mr. Glenn, our Director of Facilities, has also done a great job of getting our buildings painted, getting our floors done, a couple of significant painting projects in some of our buildings, not least of which even just being the sign that we have out in front of our Board of Ed office, which he took down and brought home with him to repaint. That was his major contribution to the painting project, beyond obviously managing the rest of it. So thank you to Mr. Glenn. And I believe we may have a few words from Mr. Glenn on some of those projects.
Hi everybody, I'm Doug Glenn. I'm your supervisor of buildings and grounds. I want to welcome everybody to the 25-26 school year. Had a very busy summer. We got a lot of projects done. Hopefully you came back to a nice shiny school. If you guys ever need anything, just reach out to our maintenance guys, custodians. Got a lot of good things coming in 25-26. Have a good year. Go Highlanders.
Thank you, Mr. Glenn. Now, we've gone through a lot of the really exciting elements of our new school year and things we're excited about, but nothing is more important than the education we provide to our students, and nothing is more central to that discussion than our curriculum. And we've got a few curricular updates that we wanted to highlight here. And Mr. Novak, what better person to do that than you? Why don't you go ahead and touch on some of the things that are new and exciting in our schools?
Great, thank you. Yeah, I'd like to start, the high school down to our elementary schools. I've mentioned the Highlander Pathways quite a few times now in this Highlander Highlights clip, and I could keep talking about it. However, we had a great short video created by students in one of our Pathways programs, and that's with Mr. Jordan's TV science class. And I think right now it's appropriate to roll that clip to see our students during their Accepted Students Day back in the spring.
Hi, I'm Gianna. I chose the educator pathway because I love being with kids and I love teaching them and helping them.
Hi, my name is Vanessa. I'm joining the educator pathway because I've always loved being around little kids, teaching them, and it's always been so much fun.
Hi, my name is Dahlia. I joined the educator pathway because I love being with children. I want to carry on that passion until the future.
Hi, my name is Sage, and I joined the educator pathway because I'm interested in teaching and I'm really good with little kids.
Hi, my name is Juliana, and I chose the educator pathway because I love kids and I want to be a teacher.
Hi, my name is Piper, and I joined the art pathway program because I've always liked art since I was younger, so I wanted to continue doing that as I grew older.
Hi, my name is Michaela Lovato, and I chose the visual and graphic arts pathway, and I chose it because I really enjoy art and stuff, and I just would like to do it as a job.
Hi, my name is Chase, and I chose the computer science pathway because I've always had a love for technology and felt this pathway could help me.
Hey, my name is Harry, and I chose the computer science program because I'd like to make things like video games.
Hi, my name is Zach, and I chose the computer programming pathway because I like computers and my dad does that.
All right. That was I once again want to thank Mr. Jordan and the TV science students for putting that together and being so excited about the progress, and can't wait to see future Highlander Pathway students being part of that and being able to reflect on when they were at that Accepted Students Day to make that video. So the computer science CTE program not only gives students access to advanced standing when entering a post-secondary college career for computer science, they also can have direct entry into the workforce with certifications such as Adobe Creative Suite and Amazon Web Services and a variety of other micro-credentials that they can earn in our program. Along with when students in all of our Pathways programs, not just the CTE, have access to dual enrollment. We've had a number of dual enrollment classes in West Milford schools, and this packages those dual enrollment programs in a clear learning path. So we're very excited about that. One other exciting, sort of related to the talk of technology, is at the Macoupin School. We've opened one of the county's first middle school esports lab. Esports sounds, sometimes depending on how much reading you've done or how much exposure you've had to the term esports, there's a lot of misconception sometimes about what esports is. Some people think it's just kids playing video game on school time. It's really not what it is. There's a lot of language arts standards, there's team building standards, there's social emotional aspects that get covered when students interact with esports. It also helps prepare them for future pathways in computer science, video game design, and broadcasting, and we could talk all for a very long time about all of the career paths that get opened up through an esports program. And here to talk more about it, who is actually presently in the esports lab, is Dr. Greg Matlos, principal of the Macoupin School.
With this arena, students will not only complete, but create. The green screen transforms imagination into reality. Every match, every story, every highlight becomes larger than life. Macoupin School welcomes its first TV Science Lab. Here at Macoupin Middle School, we've built a space where competition, teamwork, and creativity come alive. A place designed for the next generation of digital athletes. In this esports lab, the rules are simple. Play with honor, compete with passion, level up together. This is the future of gaming. This is Macoupin's Esports Lab.
All right, thank you, Dr. Matlos. Coming down to our elementary schools, we are in our second year of implementation for our Wonders Language Arts program, and we are also in our third year of our new math program. So across the district, we've got a lot of really new, fresh, and exciting things going on that we believe are going to have a tremendous impact on student engagement and student achievement. So we're also in our third year of Eureka Math Squared implementation that we believe is really going to help increase student achievement in math.
So every summer we have summer interns that come and work with our custodians on getting our buildings ready to go. For the first time ever, in addition to those custodial and maintenance interns, we also had some technology interns that were working with our tech team and our building technicians on getting the classroom and student technology ready to go. Mr. Novak, you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it's great. I couldn't speak more highly about what our technology interns have accomplished. We held at one point in time about 5,000 Chromebooks district-wide. That's the one-on-one devices for our approximately 3,000 students. We also have at any point in time a range of damaged or Chromebooks that are in need of service. So our students spent the summer not only working in our rooms and reconnecting classrooms and working to make sure that our staff receive all the technology that they need when they return from the summer, but also the care and maintenance of our district Chromebooks, which is something we've been struggling to do since we began the process. We have 4 technicians that are in the district. The attempt to service and clean every Chromebook throughout the summer for those 4 professionals, while they're also trying to maintain the infrastructure and get everything else we need up and running in the district with our databases and our student information systems and all those things. Simply an impossible task for them to be able to take care of the Chromebooks in the way that the community was asking. So that's where we enter the summer intern, the Highlander Tech team. You could recognize them in the schools. They've got a yellow shirt and a retro digital deer on the front. It says Highlander Tech team on the back. They've been trained on replacing keyboards, screens, cameras, USB drives, assessing for damage to CPUs and motherboards and that sort of thing. So, I can't share with you, I guess, the value that they've received, because I know that they're excited about the process, and they've really done a great job. So with that, we are looking at another year. We're bringing in new Chromebooks in grades 1, 2, 6, and 9, and our freshmen and 6th graders received their Chromebooks at orientation last week, and I know the care that went into organizing them, and it was directly hands-on with our tech team. So very exciting start to the school year. You should not be receiving, your child should not be receiving a Chromebook that is covered in stickers, that has any broken keys and that sort of thing. While we're talking about stickers, that's a concern we have for Chromebooks that we're going to ask for help from the community. Similar to if you had your science textbook in your classroom, you wouldn't put a sticker on the cover. So we're going to ask that our students treat the Chromebook as they would the $200 science book that we want to protect and maintain its longevity. So we are asking our principals, our staff, our parents, our community to, put a little bit more care and emphasis into the Chromebook, because they are an expensive device, and we are at a stage now where we are not yet requiring everyone to participate in Chromebook insurance. That's probably coming for the 26-27 school year. Right now we offer a $20 Chromebook accidental damage coverage. That is $20 for the individual, $40 for the family, and it covers up to two repairs, per device. So I highly recommend taking part in that process. A keyboard alone or a screen alone could cost $150, and that's something that I've seen now in hands-on with our tech team, because they really did a great job of taking pieces out of broken Chromebooks and reusing them to cut down on district costs. So kudos to our district technicians and our tech team.
That's great. Taking it to a different direction now, we've got a couple of exciting bits of news to share on the athletic side of things. So for that, we're going to throw it to our athletic director, Mr. Joe Trentacosta. Joe.
Thank you, Dr. Kitchin. So we're off to a great start for Highlander Athletics. Our clubs and activities will be up and running this week. We had our first football game this last Thursday where we defeated Paramus in our week 0 game. So we're off to a great start there. We play Jefferson this Friday at home, and all of our fall sports are starting up this week, which is really exciting. To kick off the year, we had a really nice announcement, and we saw that it was, national news that Jen Powell, West Milford grad, she's an alumni, class of 2022 and Hall of Fame. She was the first ever female umpire. I'm sure most people have heard about it by now. We had a watch party here where people in the community came out. We had a tailgate, booster clubs came out. We had the Highlander Education Foundation make a donation to help us supply some food, so the booster clubs weren't spending a lot of the money that goes towards students. The Hall of Fame also made a donation, which is really fantastic. It was a really great turnout. And then as most people probably know, she's on to doing some more games at the MLB. And we're hoping to get her back here in the fall for our banquet as well. Lots of other exciting things. It's been 30 years, and we had a student athlete last June named Passaic County overall Female Athlete of the Year. Laurel Space, amazing student, great student athlete, participating in multiple 4 or 5 different sports in her high school career, and just super involved. And that's the one thing I would say as a message from the athletics and activities world that we work in here, that just get involved. The more involved you are, and the more meaning you can bring to your daily experience here at West Milford High School, the better. So in addition to Laurel as an individual leader who represents our school district, and again, it's been 30 years since we've won an overall student athlete in Passaic County representing our school community. Reflective of that is the entire student body last year won the Sportsmanship Award, which is really fantastic. It's very difficult to accomplish. There has to be 0 disqualifications or altercations on the field. And when you take 35 varsity sports and multiple levels, our coaches, I'm very proud of the fact that they make this an emphasis, and that in our community, sportsmanship and how you play the game and how you approach your everyday life, the classroom, your athletics, your clubs, your activities, and it's really paramount in how you are successful in life as well. So in closing, another just bit of exciting news is we partnered with T-Mobile over the last school year and this school year as well, where we enter sweepstakes, a weekly sweepstakes to enter a drawing to win an overhaul of our stadium. In this case, McCormick Field, Diagos Field, and that complex. And we were fortunate to win in the opening week $5,000, which can go towards our facilities this fall. So last year we won a $5,000 grant, and this year we won another one, and we're in the drawing for the long haul. So thanks again for your support of Highlander Athletics, and it's going to be a great year to be a Highlander.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Fantastic. I can't tell you how exciting it was to be part of the Jen Powell watch party. If you're not familiar, and I know Joe just talked about it, she was the first female Major League umpire on that weekend. She did a doubleheader on the Saturday, and on the Sunday she was the home plate umpire, and that's what we celebrated our watch party with. So thank you, Joe, for such a great description of the event, and for the excitement surrounding our Hall of Fame game.
Thank you, Joe, and thank you, Mr. Novak, for the work that went into planning that. These umpire assignments come up on very short notice, and I know with just a couple days' notice, Mr. Novak and Mr. Trentacosta put together an unbelievable event to celebrate one of West Milford's own. So great job there. Really appreciate it.
All right. At this point, I'd like to, Dr. Kitchin introduced Dr. Swartz and Mrs. Douglas earlier as our new leadership team for special education, and we'd like to now, send this broadcast over to them and have them introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about what to expect and the excitement surrounding some initiatives in special education.
Hi, I'm Dr. Swartz. As many of you have known me throughout the district over the past 10 years, I'm thrilled to be here as the Director of Special Services and looking forward to a great year. And I'm pleased to introduce Mrs. Douglas, our new Supervisor of Special Services.
Hi, I'm Maura Douglas, Supervisor of Special Services, and this is my first year at West Milford, and I'm very excited to be here.
So we're looking forward to a great year. See you all soon.
Thank you, Dr. Swartz and Mrs. Douglas. Really excited for you in those new roles that you are stepping into in the district, and really excited for the direction of special services this year and beyond. We've introduced a new director, a new supervisor, some new principals, but those are not the only new administrative roles we have in the district. We are also excited to welcome Mrs. Melissa Bertagno, our new business administrator, to the district. She was formerly our assistant BA, so now stepping into this role, she's really been able to demonstrate already how seamlessly she's able to slide into that role, and is doing a great job of sort of managing the business office and the finances of the district. Our BA also functions as our board secretary, who deals with all of our correspondence and managing our board meetings. But along those lines, I think that's the perfect time for us to throw things to Mrs. Claire Lockwood, our board president, for a farewell from the district.
Thanks, Dr. Kitchin. My name is Claire Lockwood, Board of Education President.
And I'm Tara Ricano, Board of Education Vice President.
We'd like to welcome you all back to the 25-26 school year.
All the best for a successful year.
Go Highlanders!